There's a moment on the path where you begin to see it, like really see it. You begin to see the programming, patterns, the illusion of separation, the stories people are living inside of without even realizing it. And it can feel so clear, so obvious to you now. And at the same time, it can feel almost impossible to explain. So, how do you help someone wake up, so to speak, without overwhelming them, without pushing them or trying to force anything, without creating any resistance? In this episode, we're going to explore the art of asking the right questions, the kind that opens minds, softens defenses, and plants seeds of awareness that can grow on their own. So let's dive in. First of all, why are questions more powerful than answers? Well, there's a reason that most spiritual teachings are wrapped in riddles, parables, and metaphors. It's not because they're trying to be confusing, it's because real awakening can't be spoon fed. When you give someone an answer, they might nod, they get it, but when you give them a question that lands deep, it can shift their entire perception because they come to the answer on their own. Questions create space, they invite reflection, they bypass the ego's defenses and speak directly to the deeper intelligence within. So, if you want to help someone wake up, don't tell them what's true, help them remember what they already know. Now, there's a subtle difference, but important difference between leading and guiding. Leading says, follow me. Whereas guiding says, I trust that your inner compass knows the way. Let me ask the right questions to help you find it. I trust that your inner compass knows the way. Let me ask the questions that help you find it. Really key importance. The right questions don't impose your truth. They help uncover theirs. That's the kind of awakening that sticks. Not because it was given to them, but because they found it themselves. Now, what makes a question catalytic? So a catalytic question does three things. It disrupts an unconscious pattern. It invites reflection instead of reaction. And it creates a moment of pause, a gap in the noise. The most powerful questions are not complicated, they're simple. But they land in the right place, at the right time, with the right energy. So I invite you to try this. Test it out. Instead of, why don't you see it? Ask, what if there's more to this than what we've been told? Instead of, you're stuck in fear, ask, what do you think you'd choose if fear wasn't in the room? What do you think you'd choose if fear wasn't in the room? I'm going to give you a few examples of questions that can open doors, okay? You probably can think of others, but hopefully this will get you off to a good start. So we'll start with kind of the more subtle and soft versions of questions. Have you ever felt like something's off, but couldn't name it? What do you think your body's trying to tell you? What would you do if nothing needs fixing? Here are three kind of more thought-provoking examples. Who benefits from us staying disconnected from ourselves? What if the symptoms are actually the signal, not the problem? What would it mean if your feelings were intelligent? Here are three that might invite or invoke wonder. Do you ever feel like you've lived before? What if time isn't what we think it is? What if your intuition is your most advanced technology? And here's a few that are gently disruptive. What if the system isn't broken? was built this way. What if we were never meant to outsource our power? What if what we call reality is just a collective agreement? You don't have to use all of them. Just start with maybe one that feels true in the moment. See what happens. Ask it with love, without agenda, and then let silence do the rest. A question asked with judgment or urgency will feel like pressure. Okay, so there's also something to the energy that you're coming at this with. A question asked with presence, with genuine curiosity and respect, creates safety. And in safety, truth can surface. So consider taking a deep breath before you speak. Drop into your heart before you ask. Ask with openness, not expectation. Remember, you're not here to save, you're here to spark. Asking the right question at the right time is definitely an art, and it's one of the most loving things you can do. Because when someone wakes up on their own terms from within, it's not something they're ever going to forget. It becomes part of them, it becomes real. In the next episode, we're going to shift focus from waking others up to letting go of the fight entirely. We'll explore why resisting the old system actually keeps us stuck and what to do instead. So if this episode resonated, I invite you to subscribe, like, share your favorite catalytic question in the comments below. I'd love to hear what's worked for you, what questions you enjoy or love. And until next time, ask gently, listen deeply, and trust. You're already planting seeds.